This is the Estonian Open Air Museum. And so what they do here is they have village houses from all different parts of Estonia. And they put it here as a, exhibition. So you can walk around and see what different villages around the country, like the difference in their construction and style. And in lots of these houses there's usually like one or two people in traditional dress, sort of, if you speak Estonian they will talk to you and guide you about it. But if you don't, then they just sort of stand there and stare at you. So right now it's a Tuesday, and it's forecasted to rain. So the consequence is that the place is pretty empty, even though it's the summer season. But they have lots of special events. Today there's no event. And what else? Oh, you can get a horse ride for €6 from the entrance to sort of straight down the road. And there are several roads. So it takes you down the main one to an inn where you can obviously buy food and stuff. So following the rightmost path, this is the first set of houses. To be quite honest, they all kind of look the same to me, but it's a pretty cool place to chill for morning, to have your lovely nature walk, but also have something to see. So there in front of the house you can see an old lady knitting. Sometimes they sell stuff, little trinkets or things they knit. It's quite cheap. I bought like a tiny finger sock here for €2. Here we have a standalone house. So you can see. So here's where they would store an animal, I guess. In the winter it's cold, so you sort of have the animals and the people living all together. Last time I took this path, I thought there would be something around in the forest, but there's nothing. It just loops around. And it sort of comes out over there. But there's nothing inside. I think there's a little stream, and that was it. There are also a church and some windmills here in the museum, so we'll check that out eventually. Maybe it was that. I don't remember seeing that last time. Maybe just a bad memory. A little house in the forest. Here is another bigger dwelling. A scarecrow in the field. This is a smithy. Let's check out what an Estonian smithy looks like. The anvil, the furnace, over here. Another house. This one has a higher ceiling. But oh no, this is a sauna. A sauna place. So here's where you would wash up, I think, shower and stuff. Not shower, but wash up. Here's the birch leaves you beat yourself with in the sauna to get the blood going. So these dwellings are a little different. These are fishermen's dwellings. Here they're drying bread, I think. It's the storehouse. I remember reading that one of the specialty of one of the other houses I think earlier we saw was that there are no chimneys, so all the smoke and stuff, it escapes from the door. Actually, I think I did record it. There was a window on one of the doors, and that's where the smoke comes out. And that's a characteristic of that region. But here in this region, there are chimneys. So probably better for your nose, for your lungs. Down there is another dwelling. Probably another fisherman's hut. This one's a lot simpler. This is a prayer house. This is a wedding exhibition. So obviously, if you just a bunch of houses, it's a little boring. So they have little exhibits. And there's a wedding one. This is a Russian Old Believer house. So an Old Believer is, well, at some point the Russian Orthodox Church reformed or something like that, and so all the Old Believers left Russia. So they were prosecuted, and lots of them came down here to the Baltics. And a nice old lady in there was telling me about some of like the religious customs of those guys. And there's also 2 goats living in that barn. So that's the house, and the barn is attached to it. And yeah, they have not rosary beads, but something very similar, but it's like flat. And you count, I don't think you count it, but as you like do the rosary bead thing with it, you say some Russian prayer. And she showed me a calendar where apparently, according to their belief, all of December you're not allowed to eat meat. Only certain days you can eat some fish and oil. Here's another farm. She tells me there's a big cat in this farm. I vaguely remember coming here. And I vaguely remember. There we go.